What's up, guys? I got the keys here again, back with a video. Okay, so today, guys, I want to talk about perspectives, right? Okay, so we all have a perspective on life, right? And there's your perspective, there's the other person's perspective, and then there's the true perspective, right? Which is that everything is one. And I think we get lost in this a lot, where um, we can't see the the point of view from somebody else's eyes, or from somebody else's shoes, so to say. They tell you, oh, well, just step into my shoes and see what it feels like to walk around in them, right? But a lot of people can't do that because they're stuck in their own ego and mindset that it's only them. And you know what I mean? Like it's only about them and not about the others here, right? I mean, yes, it is about you, like taking care of you and yourself, right? But by taking care of you and yourself, you're also helping others, right? So perspective is a big thing here. It's like you could see something like for instance, they say a lot with a glass of water. Is it half full or is it half empty, right? Is it good or is it bad? Is there really a good or a bad? Because I don't think there is. I think it's more of how you're perceiving it. Are you perceiving it as bad, and it's really not bad? It's just that thing was meant to happen that way, and you can't see it, right? So, like for instance, world disasters. The shit that's going on in California right now. It's all for a bigger purpose. Somehow we created that. Okay, those people are going through that and experiencing a loss, so to say. But are they really losing anything if they didn't lose themselves? Right? Even the people that so-called died, they are now in a better place. They moved on, right? And if you see death as a bad thing, you are already creating a false reality, because death is the greatest thing that can ever happen. Because you're going back to the oneness, you're going back to the heavens, you're going back to who you are, the source, right? So death is a beautiful thing. It's not a negative thing. The negative and positive are just a polarity, just to experience things, right? So, I was just saying, in a call with my soul fam, right? We just read the book, Conversations with God, a little bit, right? I think we read like the first 16 pages or something. And I was saying how we can create something negative, even from a positive thing. Like, for instance, you could meet somebody on the street that needs money, or they need something, and you go to help them, right? You give them that money or that thing that they needed, and they go and use that thing for something negative, or they so-called negative, right? So they may hurt themselves with that thing they bought, or that thing that they were given, or they may hurt somebody else with that thing that you given them, right? But was that your fault? I mean, in a sense, you could say yes, but really it wasn't, right? They chose to choose that. So that was their experience. Your experience was you were doing something nice. You were doing something to be positive, right? So it's not that negative is a bad thing. It's that we need the negative to experience the positive, right? Because you can't have one without the other. Everything is one. So you can't have dark without light. You can't have light without dark. You can't have good without evil. You can't have um, you can't have the yin without the yang. You can't have the sky without the ground. You see what I'm saying? You can't have a head without feet, right? It's just polarity. So if God separates itself into polarities, which means you have a higher dimension of yourself, and then you have the lower dimension of yourself, the heavens and the hell, right? The heel and the head. You get what I'm saying? So instead of perceiving something as bad, Why don't you see it as something is being shown to you? Something is being taught. Something is being shown to you to change, to choose something new. Because if you can't choose something new, you're going to repeat that cycle. And that's why they say, everything comes back around in a circle. Because it's 360, right? The 360. Everything comes back in a circle. Spirit, spiral, okay? So everything spirals back down, spirals back up, okay? We always go back to the light. You cannot never go back to the light. Does that make sense? You can be trapped in consciousness here for a while, sure. But you're always going to go back eventually, because you have to learn that you choose what you create. So even the darkest of entities that have been so-called damned to hell are going to spiral back up at some point, because they're going to realize that they can't stay there forever. Right? So this is about creating a better version of you, a better version of Earth, a better version of everything, right? Perception is everything. Perception and experience, right? You experience what you perceive to be true, what you perceive to be real, right? So if you perceive that you don't have money, that you don't have this, you don't have that, okay, well, you're lacking now. Now you chose to lack. You chose to say, I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't have this, I can't have that, right? But you can. You're just choosing not to experience that exact thing, right? Am I wrong or am I right? So, you can have anything. You can create anything. You can be anything. You are the creator. And God is observing that through your eyes, right? The spirit behind your eyes. My eyes are your eyes. You're just viewing yourself right now, talking to yourself. Does this make sense? I am you. So my wisdom is your wisdom. My knowledge is your knowledge. My love is your love. So if you perceive me to be bad or evil, well, then so be it. That's your creation. That's how you now perceive me. That's how you've now created me to be. Right? I don't see anybody as bad. I don't see anybody as evil. I see things how they are. Right? So the people that are so-called doing evil things are part of the bigger purpose too. Because they're here to show you that the darkness shows you the light. Because a lot of people want to perceive dark things as bad. That's not necessarily true, right? And I was just saying this about movies and music and stuff. Like, there's a lot of dark music, like, that talks about death and this, that, and the other thing. But if you're perceiving death as a bad thing, you're already in the wrong. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not that death is bad. It's the way that they're using the death, right? So it's like, yes, they may be talking about death and talking about this, but you're not seeing it from a higher perspective of, it's okay to talk about those things. Death is a beautiful thing. You're coming back to your divinity of what you are, of who you are, of what you can be. Okay? God created us in its image, which means we are the observers of our life. We are also the creators of our life. So you create whatever you think, speak, feel, and take action on. Okay? Does that make sense? So by changing your perception of something and saying, maybe losing that job wasn't so bad. Maybe losing that job was for a bigger thing, a bigger purpose. Maybe it was leading me towards something with more money, with better people at it. You see what I'm saying? So, or maybe you had a family member die, okay? That family member is in a better place. And if not, they chose to reincarnate into another life. Okay? And they may even be with you right now, right by your side. They may have chose to be an ancestor or an angel, something that wants to help others in the astral. Okay? So seeing things from a higher perspective can really, really change your life. And I encourage you guys to at least try it. Just every time something you think is bad pops up, try and change your perception of to how it can actually be of a benefit to you instead of a negative. You know? So that's my message for today, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Like and subscribe. Come back for more. I'd love to see comments, and I want people to talk, man. I want to see this. I want to see this group grow. I want to see more love being spread, more knowledge and wisdom being spread. Just overall, a better earth, a better place to live, and creating heaven here right now. So I love you guys. Have a great week, and get excited for this new moon. Got some new energy coming in, and I think it's going to be a really good year. So it's time to step up and elevate, right? I love you guys, and have a great week.